The internet has made it possible to go online for instruction in just about anything. For example, if you want to learn to play an instrument or play it better, there are many options of varying quality. But an esteemed St. Louis musician is raising the bar with his online teaching venture. Pianist and University City native Peter Martin, along with trumpeter Sean Jones, who's based on the East Coast, are firmly established in the top tier of musicians in the world of jazz. They came together for this recording session in the Cortex Innovation District, not to create a CD, but a video to help other musicians learn jazz techniques.
So I was sticking with that general time, conception of time, really locking into the quarter note. That doesn't mean that you can't play faster notes. They just have to be inside of the time conception that you're playing, or inside of that subdivision. Now I'm going to play in half time, okay? So in the 2 feel. 1, 2, 3.
The vehicle for this instruction is Open Studio Network, an on-demand, interactive online music service. Martin is co-founder and CEO.
You know, when I started this, our thinking was that this would just be supplemental to live in-person lessons and would really be a notch below. But the feedback that we get from the students, our customers, is that this actually goes beyond what they could do in a private lesson, even if they had access to someone, because they can do it on their own time. They can slow things down, they can watch them again. So we're trying to not replace live lessons, but either supplement them or really go beyond that for people that don't have access, don't have time, don't have money to do that.
Martin and Jones are on a roster of Open Studio Network instructors that includes guitarists Peter Sprague and Romero Lubambo, bassist Ruben Rogers, drummer Greg Hutchinson, and vibraphonist Warren Wolf. Sean Jones, who heads the brass department at the Berklee College of Music in Boston, heard about Open Studio Network through his manager.
This is a perfect scenario for people that may not have a jazz club in their town or may not have the big college around. They can go plug right into the computer and say, okay, this is how we do this and this is what we want to aspire to.
Yeah, it's always been such a big part of the jazz tradition is handing down the information. And, you know, I grew up in St. Louis and Sean grew up in Ohio, and we were in environments where we had that direct personal mentor situation. We could go and hear, you know, great players and stuff, but not everybody has that. So an exciting thing for me in setting up Open Studio Network is to be able to connect people that are thirsty for the knowledge and information that Sean Jones has on the trumpet, but maybe doesn't have access to a Sean Jones in their community or in their country, so that they can get that information.
This is our web portal.
Open Studio Network's other co-founder is Dan Martin, no relation to Peter.
So we basically have 3 kinds of courses. One's called an essentials course, which is a course that has a definite start and end and would take somebody from one skill level to another, usually between 10 and 20 to 40 lessons in the course. And then we've got ongoing lessons where a teacher is posting a new lesson on a regular basis, either 2 or 4 times a month, and someone pays a membership to have continued access to each of those lessons. And then the third kind of course that we've got is a focused course, a course that's specifically on a theme. So we've got a course that's just on bossa nova music for bossa nova guitar. And so there's 10 lessons that focus just on that. And we may have another couple focused courses on a very specific theme that are not general to take someone from A to Z, but A to Z on a specific topic. Our video editor really takes a look at each angle, which would be the best for the student to learn from, whether it's a close-up of the hands or a wide angle to see the body posture. So there's lots of things to consider when editing these lessons. And then we combine that with really what we think is the premium and best audio that you can get so that there is no degradation for however somebody wants to watch these lessons. And we know that sometimes lessons are watched on a phone with just the speaker on the phone. We know that sometimes they're watched on a computer, and sometimes they're actually beamed to their TV. And so we want to make sure that the lesson is at the absolute highest quality no matter how they watch it.
Quality is the responsibility of OSN's creative content manager, Adam Maness.
Our artists are so incredible, and what they're teaching is so incredible that we just want to make it as clear as possible to our subscribers.
You may know Maness as a top-flight musician, composer, and member of the multi-genre acoustic group, the 442s.
I'm like a kid in a candy store with this because this is just, some of my favorite jazz musicians now I get to work with on a regular basis and help, get their message to their students. So it's really incredible.
And we're not necessarily selling widgets, we're selling enrichment tools, right? So this is something that isn't necessary for someone to live. This isn't a doorstop to hold the door open, but it enriches lives. People, music speaks to the soul.